Howdy, folks. I'm Oprah,
I'm Amber.
and here's some cars. You all get cars. No, it's Reddit. Alright, folks, our Sunday morning Reddit special story today is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Wife that leaving her used pads in my brother's place was inappropriate? That's right, folks. We're diving in deep today. My wife and I were invited to my brother's 31st birthday. He's single and lives alone in his apartment. So, to give you the heads up, my wife and him don't get along so well, but they can be civil enough to sit at the same table. So we went and had dinner and talked, and everything was going well. No arguments, nothing, until my wife went to use the bathroom. Later, my brother went to use the bathroom and then came back looking mad. He kept giving me and my wife looks, but I didn't know what was going on until he pulled me aside before we left. And then he told me that my wife had left her used pads in his bathroom. I was shocked, and I didn't know what to say because this felt highly inappropriate. Highly inappropriate. He said that he didn't appreciate what my wife had done, and that it was a sign of disrespect towards him. I apologized profoundly, and said that I didn't know about it. He asked me to speak to her, or she wouldn't be welcome in his place again. I love the use of profoundly here, as wrong as it is. We got in the car, and I asked my wife about it. She nonchalantly said that there was nothing wrong with that, and she did that, and my brother was being ridiculous. I kind of flipped and told her that it was very inappropriate of her to leave her used pad in his place, even if it was in the bathroom and in the trash can, because it made him uncomfortable. She yelled and asked what she was supposed to do, and I told her that she could have took it with her and threw it outside, not in his bathroom. That's my brother's place, and he told me how he felt about it. She yelled at me and called my brother an incel and me a jerk for getting in her face about it. She said that she needed to use the bathroom and it's not like her pad was viable since she dumped it in the trash can. At home, we still argued about it, and she kept calling me and my brother's names. She's currently not speaking to me and avoiding me entirely. Regardless, I feel like it's his place, and he gets to express what makes him uncomfortable. Edit. I can't give info or expand on what was seen, but I can tell you that the trash can does not have a lid. It's not like one of those trash cans that have a lid on top and you could just push it. What I want to emphasize on this is the fact that as guests, we should respect people's homes and not argue about what makes them uncomfortable. He said it made him uncomfortable and that he should, in my opinion, be acknowledged. All right, folks. All right. What do you think of this one? Jerk or not the jerk?
Major jerk. Like, it's trash. Trash goes in the trash.
So, would he have a problem with OP's wife blowing her nose and
Right.
throwing it in the trash? Or, if she had had a bandage or something like that and needed to change it and throw it into his trash, right?
Exactly. Like, it's just another bodily function. And
Yeah.
where the blood comes from, it doesn't really have
Yeah.
any impact on that.
Well, that's just it. It's like, this is just such a odd situation. But I actually have a solution here. I've come up with a few good ideas for OP's wife in the future so that she's not so disrespectful. One, start dumping all of your pads in his front yard or his yard, because that's clearly less disrespectful here. And I mean, that solves the problem. Like, he wants those pads outside the house, so
That
just
was
put
the
them in
baffling thing. The OP's like, yeah, you just threw them outside. It's like, in his yard?
what
In
does
where outside?
where does his girlfriends, presumably if he has girlfriends, put their pads when they're done? Does he have like a little graveyard of pads out in the back of his yard? Like a whole mound of them back there in a hole that people
I
just toss into.
I highly doubt enough menstruating people are coming to his house for a graveyard of bats.
A single pad, per se. Where is this? Just like, I understand you shouldn't do things that make people uncomfortable in their house, but this shouldn't make him uncomfortable,
Right.
right? This is a normal bodily function. This is like, oh, someone
Got a
took
nosebleed or
got a
something.
nosebleed in my house that makes me uncomfortable. Like, we all have bodily functions. Sometimes that just has to be acknowledged, and more than half of the population will get periods at some point in time in their life, and this isn't anything for us to stigmatize or say, well, this is gross or bad or abnormal. And again, like, if you don't have a problem with someone blowing their nose and stuffing it into your trash bin, then you really shouldn't have a problem with someone using your trash bin to dispose of their menstrual products. So yeah, I really I understand where OP is trying to come from here, but I think they just missed the mark entirely. Like, I don't think this is something like you shouldn't be going through your trash anyways if someone has used it. Like, as a host, you need to make your environment acceptable for guests too. So it's a door that swings both ways, right? So I think that they're just making a big deal out of nothing here.
Yeah, well, they are. And, but OP's wife, hopefully you see this post and feel validated, but like maybe reevaluate your relationship with your husband.
Yeah, I mean, I can certainly think that the name calling maybe went a little far on her part, but I can understand her frustration and anger in the situation too.
I mean, honestly, if someone get mad at me for throwing a pad in the trash, like, I would, I would probably call them some names.
Well, yeah, but I don't. Well, we also don't know. We don't know what names she called them to. She may have just been like, "You two are just ridiculous. Stop being ridiculous," or something like that. He doesn't really expand into that,
Yeah,
so
like,
it's hard to say like how insulting these names were, or whether or not they were actually like insults. He might be blowing things out of proportion. We only see one side here, so I don't know. I don't know. I won't speculate. I'll let you folks do the dirty, dirty speculation on this one. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And Realistic Nebula says, "Oh, I see. The way you were describing it makes it seem like she left it unwrapped on the edge of the sink or something, but she threw it away in the bin? So that's what it's meant for, the trash. So yeah, you're the jerk." It's like when I heard this title, I half expected her to have painted the bathroom with blood or something like that. It's just like, what? This is such a normal thing. Like, people dispose of menstrual products all the time.
yeah, well, and then the whole thing with how he expects her to carry it around, like in
In
her
her
hand
pocket.
or pocket or something, and then throw it outside. It's like, one,
Yeah.
that's bad for wildlife. Two, like, just no.
Yeah. Impossible Trainer 48 says, "I thought like that she had stuck it to the wall or something." She did what? Says, "I thought maybe she stuck it on the underside of the toilet seat so that when he lifted it up to pee, it was there like going boo like a ghost." And Comprehensive Air 980 says, "Changing pads equals gross. Bleeding on furniture equals acceptable. Got it. I should be taking notes." The comments really are the best in this one, right? And Justice Be Nice says, "Put used pads and tampons in the husband's pockets. I'm taking notes too." It's just absolutely ridiculous. I love it. I love it.
Some solid ideas, Opie's
Yes.
wife.
Start taking notes. Start taking notes. This is the future. This is the future. All right, folks. It's tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I have some tea here. And Emma has some jokes.
I have to modify this one a little bit.
Oh, it's a modified joke, folks.
Which two natural numbers multiplied together equals 7?
Which two numbers, when multiplied together, equals 7? But Amber has to specify natural numbers because I could get away with saying a decimal number, right?
Mm-hmm.
1 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's just a math problem.
oh, okay. I just wasn't sure if there was any kind of twist to this because it's like, well, of course it's just 1 and 7, but I mean, I mean, 7's prime. I mean, we could throw any number of two other numbers, like a 7 and 3.5 and 2, of course, equals 7.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
specified natural numbers. I figured you might go there.
Yeah. So there are a few different options that we would have. And
Infinitely many.
Infinitely number of numbers that we could multiply together to get 7.
Uncountably infinite.
Uncountably infinite. I don't think anyone cares at this point in time. They're like, why are the math geeks talking now? Where's the funny jokes? And I have Mega Mint Tea, and it isn't 7. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving it a like, and if you didn't, consider giving a dislike. Happy Sunday! I hope you're all having a spectacular weekend, and I'm sorry that unlike Oprah, I do not have cars to give away to all of my live studio audience. So, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
All right, welcome to this Sunday morning special, folks. We've got a great story here for you, and it's titled, Am I a Jerk for Leaving My Wife Behind? You know, after reading this one, you might have not have that problem, period. Pun intended.